Alright, today we are going to add and subtract polynomials. And the first thing is, when we add polynomials, we can only combine the like terms. And like terms are terms with exactly the same variable parts. For example, 2x squared and x squared are like terms. They're like terms because they both have an x and they both have the same exponent. So for example, and when we add, we're going to find our like terms. So for example, here 1, we have a 2x squared, and I look to find any more x squareds, and here's another one. So now I can add those two. 2x squared plus 6x squared is we just add coefficients. So 2 plus 6 is 8, and then you bring the variable part along. So now I have, the next one I have a 4x. I'm going to look to see if I can find another term that has just an x, and that is this 9x here. And it's going to be 4x plus 9x, which is 13x. And then we're done with those. And now what are we left with? Well, we're left with an 8 and a negative 3. And 8 plus a negative 3 is a positive 5. You try number 2 and then come back and check your answer. All right, let's see how you did. We have 3x cubed here. I don't see another 3x cubed, so I'm just going to bring 3x cubed along. Nothing to combine it with. Then I look for a squared. Well, here's a 5x squared. I don't have any other x squared, so bring the 5x squared. And then we have a 5x and a negative 8x, which gives us a negative 3x. And then I have the negative 6 and the positive 10 to give me a positive 4. Okay, let's look at number 3. Number 3 could be a little bit tricky here. I have a 2, an x squared, and a y. So I'm looking for another term that has x squared and y. Well, it's right here, x squared and y. So I'm going to take 2 plus 5, which is 7, and bring the variables along. Don't change them. Now here I see a 3xy, and here's another 2xy, so 3 minus 2 is 1xy. So those are gone. I have this lone 3xy squared, and then minus 9. All right, in section 3, we're going to subtract polynomials. And when we subtract, the definition of subtraction is adding the opposite. So we're going to change it to an addition problem and then change all the signs of the second polynomial so that we're adding the opposite. So for this one here, I'm going to change this to a plus, and I'm changing the sign on the second one. Those that are positives become negatives. And now I have 9x squared plus a negative 6x squared, which is 3x squared. Then I have 5x plus a negative 9x, which is a negative 4x. And then we have a positive 8 plus 3 gives us plus 11. All right, let's look at number 2. Okay, before I do anything, I'm going to make it an addition problem. And when I do that, I have to change the signs on everything that follows. So here's 8x cubed. I don't see another x cubed, so I just bring 8x cubed along. Here's an x squared, a 5x squared. It's a negative, and there's no other x squared, so it's going to be minus 5x squared. I hit 5x. Well, a positive 5x plus 8x is 13x, and it's positive. Then a negative 6 plus a negative 10 is a negative 16. All right, let's look at the third one here. All right, we're going to change this to an addition, and we change the signs on everything that follows. So it's 8x squared y plus 3xy minus 9 plus negative 3xy squared minus 5x squared y plus 2xy. And I'll erase these so we can see that we, in fact, changed the minus to a plus, and all the signs on everything changed. So now let's look and see if we can combine our like terms. 8x squared y, and there's x squared y, so 8 plus negative 5 is 3. Here I have xy squared. I don't have any more, so it's just going to be minus 3xy squared. 3xy plus 2xy is 5xy. Then we're left with this 9, so minus 9.